Okay, I want you to picture something you probably have in your kitchen right now. A simple can of tomato paste. Seems pretty straightforward, right? Well, what if I told you that behind that little can, there's a huge hidden battle going on? A war fought over control, technology, and honestly, just sheer survival.
So, what does it really take to get that paste from a field somewhere all the way to your kitchen shelf? Turns out the journey is this massive, coordinated effort, almost like a war being fought on three different fronts. And, as we're about to see, it is way more complex than you could probably ever imagine.
All right, so the first front in this whole battle is all about one thing: control. Before a single tomato even gets picked, the goal is to master every single variable on the farm. We're not just talking about farming here. This is a huge industrial scale operation built on precision and planning.
And to get that level of control, every single farm has to go through this super rigorous audit. And the level of detail is just wild. They're checking for safety signs, making sure chemicals are stored properly, that the first aid kits are fully stocked. They even verify that farmers have the right licenses for pesticides. I mean, absolutely nothing is left to chance.
And this really gets to the heart of the whole philosophy. It's not just about checking off boxes on a list. It's about guaranteeing a quality, safe product from the absolute beginning, from the very first seed. This level of control, right at the source, that's the foundation for everything that comes next. This obsession with control even extends to the tomato itself. The company doesn't just grow any old tomato. Oh no. They evaluate different varieties every single year, and they collect hard data on everything you can imagine. How much fruit each plant produces, the richness of that deep red color, the lycopene content, which is a key antioxidant, and even how well it holds up in the factory. It is a completely data-driven decision. Which brings us to this number, 1015. So, what is this? A farm number? A secret code? What could 1015 possibly be? Well, it's the winner. After all of that painstaking analysis, one tomato variety comes out on top, the Heinz 1015. It gets chosen because it has a super stable yield and this really uniform quality, which makes it perfect for both growing in the field and processing in the factory. It's the perfect engineered result of all that control. Okay, now for the second front. We're moving from the farm into the factory, where the battle shifts. It's all about modernization now. The challenge here isn't about wrestling with nature. It's about upgrading incredibly complex machinery to build a more efficient future. So the factory is right in the middle of this massive upgrade. On one side, you've got the old system, which is called Apollo. It runs on steam and natural gas. But on the other side is the brand new Electra system. And this thing is a total game changer. Why? Because it's all electric and it concentrates the product directly. It's just vastly more efficient. But you know how it goes. New tech always brings new problems. This is not as simple as just plugging in a new machine. The Electra system needs so much power it requires brand new transformers, and it creates these harmonic power issues. That's basically electrical noise that can mess with the entire power grid. These are serious, expensive engineering problems that put the whole project timeline at risk. And here's where we get a little reality check. Even with this incredible new technology, the decision to invest still boils down to basic economics. The return on investment is completely tied to the fluctuating price of natural gas. So if gas is cheap, suddenly that old Apollo system starts to look a whole lot more attractive. It's this constant financial balancing act. So we've seen the battle for control on the farm and the push for modernization in the factory. But this third front, this is where the real fight begins. This is the one challenge that no amount of planning, no amount of technology can solve. This is when nature decides to fight back.
So meet the villain of our story, Alternia mold. It's this nasty, toxin-producing mold that just loves humid weather, especially late in the harvest season. And when it shows up, it puts the entire crop and consumer safety at huge risk.
So with all this incredible technology, all this meticulous control, how in the world do you fight it? How do you stop this microscopic invader that can just wipe out an entire harvest? The answer is, well, it's pretty shocking. You can't. Right now, there are no effective tools, no approved strategies. There is no global plan at all to control Alternaria mold. And the reason is actually pretty simple. Its appearance depends almost entirely on the weather. If you have a humid end of the summer, you're going to get the mold. It's just this powerful, humbling reminder that for all of our technology, we are still completely at the mercy of nature. So, when you're staring down an uncontrollable threat like that mold, what do? Well, you double down on the things you can control. And that brings our whole story full circle, right back to that relentless cycle of audits and preparation. The work just has to keep going. So even while they're grappling with these massive, unpredictable threats, the team is already getting ready for the next internal audit. They're responding to customer feedback, combing through every piece of documentation, and making sure every single process is compliant. The pursuit of control, it really never, ever stops. Which kind of leaves us with this one big question. When you look at the entire journey of this one can of tomato paste, from the high-tech factory to the vulnerable farm, it really makes you wonder, in the future of food, are our greatest battles going to be fought against the limits of our own technology or against the raw power of the natural world?